I was working and something just came in my mind, and I felt like this is very important to share with all the women out there. And this video is not for any men, this video is for female. If you are a female, just watch it. If not, just skip it. So the thing is, like, if you are a woman and if you don't respect yourself, your time, your emotions, you are not able to say no to the people, then nothing else will happen. Okay? So when I'm saying this, there can be so many things can be happening around. But let me connect the dot first. Initially, when you don't respect yourself, when you don't take care of what you want, at that time, what happens? The person, your partner, your family, your friends, or anybody else who is in your life, who is very close to you, they start they start treating you the way they are. They don't see your worth because you are not doing that. And when you don't do that, then they will be like, okay, it's very easy to manipulate. It's not intentional, but it's like they are not seeing your worth, and they are like, okay, how I can treat her in a how in any way, and they do it, and they do it. And when they do, guess what happens? They start treating you not as per your worth, because you are not respecting yourself, you are not taking care of yourself. And when that happens, then they start to manipulate you in a way they want. They start treating you the way they want, not the way you want. And that is the problem. That is the problem. And when that happens, guess what happens next? When that happens, you start questioning your worth. You start questioning your worth, and when that happens, people be like, okay, I am doing nothing wrong. I'm doing nothing wrong. And guess, darling, what happens to you? You start suffering a lot. You start suffering mentally, you start suffering emotionally, you start suffering physically, and that trauma increases. After that, you start suffering. You start blaming yourself for not being good. You start comparing yourself with the girls in the social media, with the people who are doing good in their business sector, the women. You start having the jealousy feeling, although you won't be able to share it to them. But is that does that make a sense? It will never make a sense. And then what happens? You start complaining yourself, you start facing like collecting so much of the stress, anxiety, trauma, and then you become you expect the validation from your husband, from your family, from your brothers, sisters, anybody around you. And when you don't get that, you become like, I am a burden in this world. Girls, you are not. You are not a burden. You are sent in this world for a purpose. You have the purpose, you have the mission to accomplish. And guess what? Like, okay, so you are not respecting yourself, you are allowing all the negative emotions, and then you are uh, comparing yourself with others, and then you are becoming a depression victim, and then you give a birth to a child. And what happens? You transfer your anxiety to that children, and that children will also see you, and then they will normalize that, why to take care of myself, because my mother never did. And there begins the problem. You are not just only disrespecting yourself, you are letting the upcoming generation know that that doesn't matter, it's normal. And this continues again and again and again. And the problem comes there when it continues again and again. So, my girl, do you want this kind of life? I know you might be thinking, like, okay, Sehnaz is saying this in the video, through the video. It is easy for her. How can I do? The very first step is start taking care of yourself. Start saying no for the things that you don't like. Don't do things for pleasing the people. Start doing things for yourself first. I'm not saying don't do for others, but yourself first. Because the one you will be taking care will not let you down. When you are happy, you give more. When you are not happy, you give again more and more and more, and you are not a worthy person at all. So my question is, do you want the life of pain or happiness? The choice is yours.